Hello friends. If you were born before 1968, I need you to find your birth year group in what I am about to cover, because what is unfolding right now in the UK financial system is different for each group. The deadlines are entirely different and the money at stake is massive. Some of you face a hard deadline expiring in 60 days that could cost you thousands. Some have a window to claim backdated payments that closes permanently next year and will never reopen. And some of you are in a group where the Department for Work and Pensions, the DWP, owes you a significant correction right now, sitting in a system that is waiting for you to call them, not the other way around. Find your specific group, listen to your section, and share this video with every family member born before 1968, because what applies to you almost certainly impacts someone they know. Before we get into the details, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. Financial rules change constantly, and the government rarely sends a personal explanation. People subscribed here find out before the deadlines hit. Subscribe now and let us get right into it. If you were born before the 6th of April, 1958, you are likely already receiving your state pension and feel settled. Most people in this oldest group assume their financial arrangements are finalized. The pension started, the amount was set by the government, and you assume the system is working exactly as it should. For a massive number of people in this specific cohort, that assumption is dangerously wrong. The first critical issue you must check immediately, and this comes with a rapidly approaching deadline, is whether you are missing out on pension credit. According to the latest figures from Age UK and the DWP, an estimated 880,000 eligible pensioner households are failing to claim this benefit. There is currently £2.1 billion sitting in the Treasury that legally belongs to older adults. The average pension credit claim is worth £3,900 per year. But more importantly, claiming it acts as a gateway to other benefits, including the recently restricted winter fuel payment, worth up to £300, and help with council tax and NHS dental charges. If you think you earn slightly too much, you must check anyway. The deadline to make a backdated claim to guarantee your winter fuel payment for this year is December 21st. Do not miss this date. The second massive threat for this group is the underclaiming of attendance allowance. This is a tax-free benefit for people over state pension age who need help with personal care or supervision because of illness or a disability. It is entirely, completely independent of your income and your savings. If you have a condition like arthritis, heart disease, or dementia, you could be entitled to either £72.65 or £108.55 every single week. That is over £5,600 a year at the higher rate. Yet millions of pensioners wrongly assume they do not qualify because they do not have a professional carer. That is a myth. You can spend attendance allowance on whatever makes your life easier, including paying family members or just covering higher heating bills. Do not assume the DWP has automatically assessed you for this. They have not. You have to actively request the form. The combination of missing pension credit and unclaimed attendance allowance means hundreds of thousands of people in this specific age bracket are losing nearly £10,000 a year of tax-free money that is rightfully theirs. If you were born between the 6th of April 1958 and the 5th of April 1962, you are in the transition zone. You are either retiring right now, or you are within a few years of reaching your state pension age. Because you are at the finish line, this group is facing the highest urgency, and there is a systemic government failure affecting hundreds of thousands of you right now. The mechanics of the new state pension demand exactly 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions to get the full amount of £221.20 per week. If you took time out of work to care for children between 1978 and 2010, the government was supposed to automatically apply Home Responsibilities Protection, known as HRP, to your record. This protected your pension. But here is the insider secret. HMRC and the DWP are scrambling to fix. For an estimated 210,000 people, mostly mothers, the government simply failed to record it. The data was lost. The DWP admits that this historic blunder means they currently owe £1.5 billion in underpaid pensions. The average payout for those who catch the error is £5,000, and some individuals have received backdated lump sums of over £40,000. But the government does not volunteer this information automatically to everyone. They are relying on you to spot the error. If you claimed child benefit before May 2000 and you do not have HRP listed on your national insurance record, you are likely a victim of this mistake. Your state pension forecast will look lower than it should be, and you will wrongly believe you need to pay out of pocket to fill the gaps. Do not pay a penny until you check. You must go to the gov.uk website, search for HRP claim, and submit the form. One simple 10-minute check could instantly add thousands of pounds to your retirement income and trigger a massive backdated cash windfall straight into your bank account. This is not just about a few extra pounds. It is about reclaiming what you rightfully earned through years of raising a family. HMRC is currently dealing with a massive backlog of these manual reviews. The sooner you submit your claim, the faster you will secure your lump sum payment. If you were born between the 6th of April 1962 and the 5th of April 1974, you represent the largest demographic, and you are hurtling toward three completely distinct deadlines. You have critical actions to take right now, and two of these windows are closing permanently. The first action is addressing your national insurance gaps. A special government concession currently allows you to buy back missing national insurance years all the way back to the 2006 tax year. Usually, you can only go back 6 years. Buying just one missing year costs around £824, but it adds roughly £302 to your annual state pension. The investment pays itself back in under 3 years, and then generates a pure profit every year after that for the rest of your life. It is the best guaranteed return on investment you will ever make. However, this extended window expires permanently on the 5th of April 2025. After that date, the ability to fill those older gaps vanishes forever. The second major action involves a brand new legislative threat that completely changes your long-term planning. The government recently announced that starting in April 2027, unspent pension pots will be fully included in your estate for inheritance tax purposes. Historically, pensions were ring-fenced and passed down to your children entirely tax-free. Now, anything above the nil rate band will be hit with a brutal 40% inheritance tax charge. If you have been saving aggressively into a workplace or private pension with the intention of passing it on as wealth, your entire strategy has just been blown up. You have a shrinking window to sit down with an advisor and completely restructure your estate before the new rules activate. The third action is defending yourself against the sharp rise in sophisticated financial scams. The Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, has issued severe warnings about pension transfer fraud, targeting people exactly in your age bracket. Scammers are using fake investment portfolios and high-pressure tactics to convince people in their 50s and 60s to move their hard-earned pension pots. The average loss to a pension scam is a staggering £75,000, wiping out a lifetime of work in seconds. Never engage with cold callers offering free pension reviews. Your checklist is clear. Fill your national insurance gaps before the April 2025 deadline. Restructure your pension for the new 2027 inheritance tax rules. And hang up the phone on anyone offering sudden investment miracles. If you were born after the 5th of April 1974, your state pension age under current legislation is 68. But the government has openly discussed accelerating that timeline. While you are the furthest away from retirement, the uncertainty for your generation is dangerously high, and the traps hitting the older groups will hit you much harder. There are 3 defensive steps you must take to future-proof your finances. First, you must track down your lost workplace pensions. According to the Association of British Insurers, there is currently over £26 billion in lost or forgotten pension pots across the UK. Use the government's free pension tracing service to consolidate your money before you lose track of it completely. Second, you must aggressively utilise your £20,000 annual ISA allowance. Because the government has frozen the personal income tax allowance at £12,570 until at least 2028, millions of people are being dragged into higher tax brackets through a stealth tax called fiscal drag. ISAs protect your money entirely from income tax and capital gains tax. Third, understand that the new 2027 inheritance tax raid on pensions means your long-term wealth strategy must rely on diverse, tax-efficient wrappers outside of just traditional pensions. Start adapting to these changes today, because the older generations did not have the luxury of advance warning. Here is the complete picture by group. If you were born before April 1958, check your eligibility for pension credit to secure your winter fuel payment before the December 21st deadline and request an attendance allowance form from the DWP to unlock £5,600 in tax-free support. If you were born between April 1958 and April 1962, go to gov.uk right now and check your national insurance record for missing home responsibilities protection. A simple 10-minute check could result in a £5,000 backdated payout from HMRC. If you were born between April 1962 and April 1974, you must buy back any missing national insurance years before the heavily subsidised window closes permanently in April 2025, and you urgently need to review your estate planning before the new 40% pension inheritance tax laws take effect in 2027. And finally, if you were born after April 1974, use the free pension tracing service to locate your share of the £26 billion in lost pots and aggressively shield your wealth in ISAs to defeat the government's frozen tax allowances. Subscribe right now to stay ahead of these constant rule changes. And importantly, share this video with every family member and friend born before 1968. They need to hear their specific section before these deadlines expire. I will see you in the next video.